Let me show you how I went from an unmotivated video game addict to jacked in just 2 years. This was me over a year into the pandemic. I look into the mirror and all I would see is my round, doughy face. My eyes would jump straight to my neck, examining all the fat that wasn't there pre-pandemic. The consequences of sitting home, vaping and playing video games all day long were staring directly back at me. I cringed at my own appearance. I worked so hard in college to be fit and I pissed it all away in a year. I got so sick of looking at the mirror that I decided that if I don't fix this right now, it's done for. Little did I know, this final straw was about to spark a life-changing transformation. I want to share this story with you because this journey of mine taught me valuable lessons that are still missing in social media today. By first sharing my story, I want to show you that my roots are just like yours and you 100% have the ability to pull off the same success I did, if not better. I watched fitness content starting early in high school. Athlete X, Six Pack Shortcuts, Elliot Hulse, and Kino Body were some of the main people I got my early knowledge from. In fact, I bought Kino Body's Greek God program in college. I followed the routine, but I didn't understand the big picture, and that was the key missing. Breaking a sweat in the gym 3 times a week, doing all the exercises the program told me to do, drinking my protein shake after the workout, I thought I was doing exactly what needed to be done to achieve the Greek God look. I thought to myself, if I just stay consistent, I will get the results. A whole year passed and I only made 4 months of progress. See, the crazy thing is back then, I thought this was normal. I wasn't happy with the rate of progress, but I thought that it was just the reality of being natural. I had no idea that I was doing several things wrong that was severely bottlenecking my progress. I started doubting my genetic potential before even coming close to testing its limits. Fast forward after college. In the last 2 years, I trained with max effort under the guidance of a coach and became a certified personal trainer myself. I'm gonna share everything you need to know to make maximum progress. Quickly, before I begin, you need to be aware of the most common pitfalls people get trapped in at the start of their journey. Fitness social media content focuses too much on the micro. I swear like 80% of fitness content is about training when training is a third of the equation on how to get the body you're looking for.
Hey, look at this fancy exercise that will blow up your shoulders.
Here's an EMG study that showed more lat activation with this cable exercise.
Even if they are telling the truth, the maximum reward you would get from optimizing exercise selection or execution is very little compared to optimizing the macro first, which I'm going to get into in just a minute. Speaking of social media, we can't forget to mention the misleading supplement advertising and BS content that still plagues the industry to this day. Regardless if it's snake oil or not, supplements will only improve your results by about 10%. They are the icing on the cake, not the cake itself. Also, there are plenty of influencers who make up random eye-catching exercises and workouts, which they didn't use to build their body, to go viral. There will never be a new magic exercise that is 10 times more effective than the known staples. Plate presses, 30-minute high volume ab workouts, squat to shoulder dumbbell presses will not get you their body. And because of these pitfalls, the average person today still has no clue on how burning fat and building muscle really works. It looks deceptively simple, but it's really not. The issue with fitness is you don't have a direct and obvious feedback mechanism. It's not like an online quiz where after you submit your results, dashboard pops up and tells you everything you did right and wrong. You have to wait days or weeks to see subtle changes. Most people use just the mirror as a feedback mechanism, which is terribly unreliable. The scale is a bit better, but when you don't understand how much things like hydration, stress, sleep, meal timing, etc. can affect your weight, you can be easily fooled. The soreness you may feel after workouts can but not always mean that you stimulated muscle growth. See what I'm getting at here? This is why most people on their own, like I did, get stuck. All right, enough yap. Here's what you need to do. Get ready to take some notes. First, you must understand what the macro is before you can optimize it. The macro is training, nutrition, recovery, and sleep. Think of yourself like a car and these as your 4 tires. If even one of them is flat, your progress is severely crippled. I could go on defining each of these 4 in detail, however, I'll save that for another video. Oh wait, you're in luck. I actually wrote a free guide that does all this, and the link to download is in the description. Now that you understand what to focus on, it's time for you to set up your training and diet plan. Stop following cookie cutter programs that are designed for other people. Make your own. That's what you pay trainers to do. I'm a certified personal trainer, and I'm about to give you some info for free that other trainers charge for. Step 1. Pick your training routine, something you can stick to. If you're watching this video, you're a beginner, and I'll make this one easy for you. Start with a full body training split. The beauty of full body is that it allows you to hit all muscle groups 3 to 4 times a week. Most other splits like upper, lower, and PPL can't do that. The reason why it's so effective for beginners is when you're a beginner, your body is the most sensitive to stimulus. All you need is 1 to 2 sets to failure per muscle group to stimulate plenty of muscle growth. When you pair this with full body, you can effectively work out your entire body without spending all day in the gym. You literally have an unfair advantage as a beginner. Use it. I'm not going to give you the specific exercises you should do in your split, as it's best if you do that yourself to pick what you connect with the most. However, the general structure should look like this. Decide if you want to work out 3 days a week or 4 days a week. If you chose 3, go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you chose 4, go 1 day on, 1 day off, repeat. Each workout should have 1 chest compound, 1 vertical pulling compound, 1 horizontal pulling compound, 1 hip hinge, and 1 squat. 1 ab exercise. Sprinkle in isolation exercises sparingly. One day start with upper body first, the next day lower body, repeat. Step 2. Identify the macronutrients and calories you need to eat for your fitness goal. The diet is arguably more important than training, especially for beginners. The difference between someone who guesses with their food and someone who eats according to a plan is staggeringly different. Again, I'll make this one easy for you. First, go to calculator.com and use the calorie calculator to find out your maintenance and your target calories. I recommend picking 500 calories above maintenance for muscle gain, 500 calories below maintenance for fat loss. Next, write down your daily protein needs in grams, which is 1 times your body weight in pounds or 2.2 times your body weight in kilograms. Then write down your daily fat goal. We need 0.3 grams of fat per pound of body weight or 0.67 grams of fat per kilogram of body weight to make sure our body has enough fat daily for hormone production needs. After that, it's time to calculate your carbs. Take your daily protein, multiply it by 4. Take your daily fat, multiply it by 9. Then add those 2 numbers together. Take that total number and subtract it from your target calories. Finally, divide that number by 4. That is your daily carbs in grams. The hocus pocus we just did was calculate how many calories come from just protein and fat. We subtract it from your target calories and then transfer that back into grams to get your carbs. Finally, start executing. You now have a training and diet plan. It's time to execute with full effort. You need to now track your workout performance, track your meals daily, and track your body weight once a week. All of that data is the only reliable feedback you can use to optimize your routine over time for maximal gains. What do you do with that data? This can get nuanced, but I'll simplify it for beginners. If your goal is to build muscle, you need to make sure slowly gaining weight week to week and your lifting performance is increasing. If your goal is to lose fat, you need to make sure that you're slowly losing weight week to week and that your lifting performance is at least the same, but ideally increasing as well. When you're deep into fat loss, it is normal for your lifting performance to stop increasing, and that is okay. So, whenever you hit a plateau where the progress you're expecting is not coming, then do this. If you're bulking or gaining muscle, increase your carbs by 20 grams. If you're bulking, increase your carbs by 20 grams and observe for a week or two. If you're cutting, decrease your carbs by 20 grams and observe for a week. Again, there's a lot more nuance to this, but for beginners, this will get you pretty far. Tracking your meals is going to be the most difficult at first, but here's 2 tips that'll make it easier. 1, eat the same meals. If you measure the meal once, you don't need to measure it again. Eating random food every day and playing Tetris with macros is not only very annoying, it's unsustainable long term. 2, just track protein, fats, and carbs. Don't worry about calories. This gives you one less number to worry about without sacrificing accuracy. This works because your macros were calculated in regards to the gram per calorie numbers. I'm currently shredding for a competition and I'm still making fat loss progress by just tracking macros. Final point. Prioritize your sleep. Diet provides the building blocks for muscle growth and energy for training. Training provides the stimulus for muscle growth. Sleep is actually when the muscle is built. Quality sleep is what allows your training and nutrition to shine. I don't care how optimal your training and nutrition is, if your sleep sucks, your progress will suck. Poor sleep affects your entire life. Your focus, your energy, your mood, your organ functions, everything. This may be the last point I'm making, but this should be your #1 priority. This is enough info to hit the ground running and make impressive progress. However, you will need to get smarter with your training as you make progress over time and gain experience. You will run into many plateaus along the way, and that is natural. Don't worry, I'll make a new video in the near future that will cover how to overcome plateaus. I'm nobody special. I wasn't an athlete in school. I wasn't coached from a young age to be a bodybuilder. I don't have elite genetics, and I never took steroids. Yet, I achieved a level of progress that is causing many strangers to make these assumptions about me. I'm on a mission to change what society thinks is achievable naturally for the average person. If you found this helpful and would like more, please subscribe, as this is only just the beginning. If you're interested in online one-on-one coaching, apply using the link in my description and I'll reach out if and when I have spots open.